On today's episode, we're going to revisit the Resin I sculpture. If you guys saw last week's episode, you would have seen that we tried to make a sculpture by pouring resin over ice. Very similar to how people make the ant gallery sculptures, but as you can see, it didn't quite go to plan. We ended up just making the blob.
Or jellyfish.
So on today's episode, we're going to try it again, except this time we're going to cut the bag off the ice, and we're also going to wait until the resin is so hot that we can barely hold it in our hands.
Now that sounds like a great idea, but I've got a craft day to attend, so I'm going to leave it up to you.
Jeez, nothing like pressure.
You'll be okay.
Well, we still have a bit of ice around, but this has been the most promising one yet. I think it might actually work. Well, I'm definitely starting to feel defeated with this one. I really thought that this version was going to work, and it kind of started to work. You can see here that we got like these little galleries on the side. I've got a couple at the top here, and I honestly thought it was going to work, but it looks like all the hot resin, like that was the initial pour when I first did the pour and it all went down the middle. For some reason that's the only part that worked. All the rest of it ended up on the floor, which is kind of a bummer because now it just looks like I've made myself a dunny roll holder. Now there was one other suggestion last week that I really liked, and that was to try UV resin. That way we don't have to worry about curing times. I just get some UV light on this and the resin will set. Now the only problem is I'm going to need a lot more than 30 mils to make a sculpture. So I've got myself some ice. Now my plan is to take this ice, put it into this container and then pour the UV resin over the top. Hopefully it all dribbles down, gives me that gallery look that I've been trying to chase for so long. And yeah, hopefully this one works. So as I said before, the little bottle probably isn't going to cut it, so I've got myself a big bottle. Now I'm still going to tint this UV resin with some blue dye, but I'm not going to put too much in it because we're relying on the UV light to penetrate and cure it. 3 drops should be enough. So my plan here is to take the UV resin, pour it all around this ice, and then I'm going to take my UV torch and hopefully we can set it and get ourselves a nice sculpture. It's like putting some syrup on a slushie. I feel like I need to ditch the lid. Okay, let's try and cure it. I think I might go pop this out in the sun. Well, check this out. We've got galleries. That's exactly the look I've been going for all this time. You can see where the UV resin has dripped down between all the bits of ice, and it looks like the ant galleries. Even on top here, it looks amazing. Now, I guess the next thing is going to be getting it out of here, and I'm a little bit worried that it's stuck to the bottom, but hopefully it's not. I'm going to pour the water out. Now, if I can get this out nice and clean, I am going to go put it back in the sun again, just to make sure the UV resin is fully cured. Check that out. Look at all the galleries. That looks awesome. You know what? I think before I attempt to take it out, I'm going to go put it back in the sun, just in case a bit of this breaks off while I'm trying to get it out. You're back.
Yeah, I am.
Did you bring the rain with you?
It's pouring down.
It's pouring outside. What did you make?
Briefcase.
That looks awesome. Is that like Alice in Wonderland?
It is.
That looks really cool. Good job, darling.
Thanks. Really enjoyed it.
Now, did you see my sculpture?
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Check out those galleries.
That is so cool.
So we've had this in the sun, and it's now time to try and get it out of here. And I'm really crossing my fingers that it doesn't break.
Yeah.
Now, I think the best thing to do is going to be to try and crack it away from the edges. You can see there where it's stuck. So, looks like it's coming off pretty good.
It looks a little bit pliable.
Yeah, it does. It may need another stint in the sun, but we'll see how we go. Let's get it up. Whoa, look at this.
Wow, that's incredible.
Oh, the color's amazing. That blue looks unreal. Look at that. Do you know how good this is going to look sitting on a light?
I know.
I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah, you need to go get one.
Wow, that looks amazing. It looks like a glass sculpture.
Kind of reminds me of coral.
It does look like coral. Look at all the galleries in there.
So good.
That was definitely the effect we were going for.
Yeah.
This would make an awesome nightlight.
Oh, for sure.
If you want to see some behind the scenes of how we made this video, go check out our latest episode on our vlog channel, BENSWORX Vlogs. Well, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We did have a bit of a failure with this one, but I think we redeemed ourselves with making this UV sculpture. And if you guys agree, let us know by hitting the like button. And also, if you want to see more water and resin experiments, I'll leave a link in the description. I've got a whole series on it, even an episode where I captured an ice cube in resin. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.